Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Am I the Asshole? If you like hearing Reddit stories, it would really support the channel if you could give it a like or subscribe. Let's get started with our first story. Am I the asshole for letting my daughter be hungry and not ordering for her at a fast food place? My daughter is 15 and she has social anxiety. She is in counseling for it and not meds, not needed. The rule in our household is that if you want fast food when we are out, you pay for it with your own money. If you don't have McDonald's money, you aren't going there. I also don't allow eating in the car, so we stop at places to eat. We had to go out and do some errands. I told her to grab something to eat beforehand, but she said she wasn't hungry. We go on our errands, and halfway through she wants to stop by Wendy's. I pull in and tell her to go order. I will get a seat. She comes back a few minutes later and tells me she can't order. She doesn't want to talk to the cashier at the front of the store. I told her she needs to order and we will head out. She asked me to order and I told her no. We sit for about 10 minutes when I tell her it's time to go. She, in short, is pissed and my wife is also upset. I didn't order for her. That I let her go hungry. I find this stupid. I didn't starve her for days. It was a 4-hour outing. Am I the asshole? Edit. For those asking, yes, her counselor has told us she needs to start doing this stuff on her own. This was low risk. She literally gave the example of ordering food without our help. I also ran through a script with her at the table, but she wouldn't do it. Edit, not the asshole. You were on the right side of helping versus enabling, and helping versus doing it for her. In the 10 minutes you sat there, did you do anything to try to help her? Not order for her, but try rehearsing a script, talking through the process, or offering to go up with her. Yes, I ran, though, what she needs to say. Did not offer to go up since her counselor told us she needs to start doing this on her own. Then totally not the asshole. Although by going up, I just meant like standing nearby, not actually ordering for her. I have seen the outcome when a kid with anxiety who is not self-motivated to improve is enabled by a parent's help, and it looks like a 35-year-old adult who can't even do their own groceries. She is old enough that she needs to learn to do things herself, and ordering fast food is a low-stakes way for her to learn that if she doesn't it herself, it won't get done. I will add that this is something you should discuss with her therapist. This situation was a failure all around, which can cause setbacks and make her feel like she can't succeed. She will have things she tries and doesn't get on the first try, but you all have to make sure that progress is still moving forward regardless. Her attempt to try is something that can be viewed positively. My 16-year-old has extreme anxiety in these situations as well. The first few times, she started the order and I jumped in when she froze up. Then she graduated to placing the order with me standing right behind her and not saying anything. Now, she often can order by herself, but there's times when she freezes up. Against the grain here, but not the asshole. According the edit and comments you left, your daughter needs to start doing minimal effort activities to help with her social anxiety. And this was an example of one such activity. In addition, you tried to prep your child beforehand by reminding her to eat, and she did not. Part of raising kids in a healthy manner is teaching them the consequences of their actions in addition to preparing them for the real world. Her anxiety is manageable, but she needs to learn how to manage her on her own. You cannot hold her hand her whole life, and she will not be a functioning adult unless she learns how. That process is going to be hard. There's no two ways around it. So, it would stand to reason that the first few times she attempts to do something different than the norm, she might fail, and everyone is going to be upset at the outcome. To me, this seems like a step forward. Change is frustrating because it's not an overnight thing. It's more akin to moving the needle. Change isn't harming or hurtful. It is a stretch. You offered her options, offered to role play, and she shut that down. She's allowed to ask for your help. You're allowed to say no. You're allowed to offer help. She's allowed to say no. That's all that happened here. You and your wife need to get on board together to figure out how to handle when your daughter pushes back support she doesn't want. Work with the therapist to find tangible solutions. I see a parent who handled this reasonably. Not the asshole. I have anxiety, a panic disorder, and BPD. My job is actually a lot of calling people, which is really unfortunate because I struggle with phone calls. That's why I have a written out script for calling people. I totally understand her fear, but the longer she waits to start managing her distress and finding ways to cope with life, the harder it will be as she gets older. Bad days are inevitable, but she really needs these skills to not struggle in adulthood. She's going to have to do her own insurance, find a rental, do her own grocery shopping, etc. one day. The more coping skills she builds before then, the better off she's going to be. What does she think is going to happen when she needs a job? She's going to have to interact with strangers and learn to be okay with it. I totally understand and can relate to her distress, but you're not doing anything that will cause her any harm. You sound like a very loving and concerned dad. I used to get mad at mine for trying to help too, because I didn't register that he was trying to help, not be mean. Heck, my dad was never mean about it, but for an anxious teen, even something small can feel like their world is ending. Hopefully, with some more therapy and ongoing support from you, she'll develop the skills she needs and realize that everything you're gently trying to push her to do is with her best interest at. Well, that's another episode of Am I the Asshole in the books. I really appreciate all of you who made it this far into the video. Of course, if you enjoyed this video, it would really help the channel out a lot if you gave the video a thumbs up, subscribe, or leave a comment down below. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.